right, we back at this. Let's get this going. Excuse me if I'm a little rusty. I know I haven't been on in a couple weeks. It's kind of the dead part of the season, but you know what, dude? We're gonna get together. We're gonna all hang out. And just have a cool conversation and see what people think about these Raiders. Let's get into this. And it's another one. All right, so training camp is next month. We've kind of went through the OTAs, organized team activities. We've got to know the rookies. We got to see what's going on, some of the behind the scenes, some of the other stuff, and a lot of things are looking really great, and kind of like how they should. But like. It's cool because we're actually, I don't know, like I kind of see it like we're actually getting to know these guys now. Some of these draftees and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of things I really like about some of these draftees, and I think last year I kind of was like on the fence a little bit about was it Brock Bowers? I didn't understand it. I was like, we're paying two tight ends. We just drafted one in the second round. And let's face it, most tight ends are drafted in the first or second round. I mean, at least really good ones. I mean, they're usually drafted later, but they have really great traits and stuff like that. And I think Michael Mayer had really great traits, but on the same token, the transition from college to the pros is not the same. Where the transition in like say running back is the same, it's not the same for tight ends. There's just like it's not the same for receivers. These guys have a dual fucking job. They're out there. At 1 minute they're gonna be, blocking, and another minute they're gonna be out there receiving. So it's kind of like these guys have a lot on their plate, and let's face it, dude, blocking in college is a lot different from blocking in the NFL. It is what it is, and it's kind of like seeing. It's kind of like seeing somebody be this dominant in the pro level is just crazy, bro. It's just crazy, and I'm happy to see it. And then we got a nice amount of offensive linemen in this draft. It seems like they want to fix this offensive line. They want to be able to run the ball. As an SC fan, Pete Carroll wants to tote the rock. He wants to run downhill on you. He wants a thunder and lightning. He wants things to happen. Pete Carroll is an old school coach. He's a defensive minded coach. What do defensive minded coaches want? They want to run the ball, establish the offensive line, and play great defense. I don't think we're there yet as far as defense, but I think we will be there. I think it's coming. It's coming, and it's coming quick. I do like the cat they picked up that was in Cincinnati. That's a professional linebacker. When we got John Spillane, I was kind of like, who? I think me and Robinson were calling him uh, what were we calling him? Bob Spillane for forever, bro. It was crazy, dude. And and then he began to earn his keep and earn his earn his time on the field and earn his respect from the Raider Nation because, dude, we all started paying attention to Bob Spillane, seeing what he's doing, and seeing this man making plays. He's out here making picks, and he's tackling like a monster. He's out there with a fucking club on his hand, grabbing interceptions. But and that shit Raider Nation loves. You mean, and those are things that bring players, love, for the Raider Nation, because this fan base is a blue collar fan base. Okay, you can say whatever you want, you can put it down, you can do what you want, whatever you want, however you want. This is a blue collar fan base. This is a fan base where everybody, this is working class people, bro. This is lunch pail type of fan base, and I like it. And when they see lunch pail players on their team who are really good at what they do and keep fighting, keep striving, man, this fan base is gonna fall in love with you. So I'm seeing things from this team that is going in the right direction. Do I think there's some things they can do on defense? Like I think the secondary is soft, like Gerber soft. I like Bennett. I like the young cat they got. What was it the third round? Yeah, third rounder they got. He has all the Richard Sherman traits. He has everything that when you think of Pete Carroll prototypical hawk step corner. Yeah, that's everything he is. And I'm glad that this is the type of guy we got. They're gonna put him in the system. And let's face it, dude, because people are gonna be like, oh, the Raiders, they're not gonna just be running cover 3. They fucking run cover 3 all the time right now. What are you fucking talking about? They're a cover 3 dominant team right fucking now. Cover 3, cover 4. Let's face it, most defenses play cover 3. Now I will say with those Seattle Seahawks, that's all they did was play cover 3. It was cloud or whatever. It was just cover 3. Some version of cover 3. You had to figure it out. But this team plays a lot of cover 3. A lot of cover 3 and a lot of cover 4. They don't play a lot of man defense. There's certain things in this team's design, like they need a linebacker who can move, and I think they got some thumpers. But I would like to see if they can get some guys who can move and cover and be really fluid, because sideline to sideline guys and go and cover and do things, because those are traits that fucking Pete Carroll defenses need. And they need a Liam. They need that guy who kind of a smaller defensive end. Let's face it, the Leo's not going to be Max Crosby. Max Crosby is he's gonna play like your he's gonna be your down defensive lineman, but I wonder what they're going to do with Malcolm Koonce. I think there's a lot of situations where you can move Malcolm Koonce around and, and be that Leo position, and it's going to mesh well within the defense. And mind you, this is still going to be every time I get in here, I can't think of nobody. Patrick Graham's defense, right? Patrick Graham's defense, but it's going to be with a Pete Carroll twist. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to, you're going to see a lot of alignments that are familiar from a Pete Carroll defense. And it's funny because before he left Seattle, I think he was doing kind of Vic Fangio defense. He kind of like went to it. And I'm interested to see where the Pete Carroll and PG defense, where it meets in the middle. Where is it at? Where is it going? How is it? I mean, just like, and how they mesh the two defenses together. I mean, because there's a lot of great things that they have on this team that's going to make, like, I think the defensive line can be good as long as Wilkins gets back at some point. You mean? If Wilkins can get back and be healthy. Hold on real quick. Sorry about that. I had to go. He's about to die. I had to get some stuff in order, but I think if Wilkins gets together, I think this can be a dominant defensive line. I think the best players on the defense are on the defensive line. Once again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. I am upset about losing Trayvon Moore. I think he's a budding Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro player, budding. Like he was finally getting it, and I think it was the Panthers paid the fuck out of him, bro, because they understood that he was a guy on the cusp of being great. He was the best safety in college when he came out. He got a little hurt, dropped to the second round. You know what I mean? But this guy's about to be that guy. Hold on real quick. Let's check something real quick. That's fucked up. Hey, trying to use my phone. Can't even use my phone because, you know, old age. Yeah, that's fucking. All right, so you're also gonna have guys on the team who are gonna be versatile. They're gonna play inside. They're gonna play outside, and you know, and that's another Pete Carroll trait. Hold on, let me type this in real quick. Yeah. Hold on. Man, oh man, dude. And all right, so we have Tyree Wilson. And you know, a lot of people, especially in this fan base, are going to sit here and tell me that he's just a straight bust. I'm not totally sold on that. I'd kind of like to see this guy get a little bit more burn and kind of get his things in order and moving in the right direction. There's a lot of things like I think me, Robson, Cade, and a couple of Q, we was all watching the game one time together, and then like we just noticed that like he wasn't rushing at all. He was kind of like looking down the line of scrimmage, like it was like a muddle rush. I mean, it was just tripping me out. I mean, and tripping us all out. So, but you know, sorry, my PlayStation's going off. You mean like, and sitting here, you know, looking at him, I mean, he starts reminding me of other players. I mean, like Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett was a player. He played outside, but where did he show up the most? It was on the inside. I mean, it was on the. He's basically a small defensive tackle. You read a small three, and kind of what Tyree is. I mean, but it was a household name, and he was really good, and he was really maximized to, be the best he can be, and still help the team. And I think Tyree Wilson can fall into that type of. I mean, remember they got Cliff Averill. I mean, out the scrap heap because Cliff Averill was basically they got Cliff Averill. Oh, goodness shit. You know what I mean? Cliff Averill went over there. He got a Super Bowl, dog. You know what I mean? Say all you want, dog. He got a fucking Super Bowl. And guess what, dude? There's a lot of Hall of Famers got Hall of Fame rings and ain't got no Super Bowl ring. He got one. You know what I mean? That's Randy Moss. That's old good old Randy. I am not a Raider. You know what I mean? Shit. Hall of Fame career, never could win it, dog. It is what it is. All right. But moving forward, we're starting to see the direction of the team and see how the team is moving and flowing and going about their business. And I'm really, really encouraged by these things because Pete Carroll's a ball of fire. He is all gas, no brakes. He relates to the players. I think I seen on what was it on X, I seen him pinning was it Glaze? I don't know, but he was sitting there, doing wrestling moves on players and stuff, and they was totally with it. They was like, oh shit, coaching, and he's out there with them receiver gloves on, like he about to catch some passes and he about to let loose on people. I mean, dude, that's just the type of character he is, and that's how he does things. And it's refreshing to see him there with this team. We've seen where we've had guys like Fat Nick, right? Because his name ain't to be spoken. Fat Nick came to the team, and there was people like Ryan Clark, like, dude, I don't know, it's fucking uptight over there, bro. This ain't it. You mean, like, these cats ain't really happy over here. You mean, and you know what I'm saying? So this is not that same situation. We've seen with AP where everybody was happy and everything was cool and everybody had respect for the coach. It's just, I think AP was a little over his head. You mean, at this point, I think AP will be a great NFL head coach. He's a little more time in the oven. You mean, and that's it. It's kind of, he wasn't put in the best place. You mean, but with Pete Carroll, bro, Pete Carroll don't give two fucks, dog. Pete Carroll knows what he's doing. He's got championship pedigree. Shit, there's teams right now that would fucking come on, Pete, let's go. You mean, you say what you want. There's no coach in this division that he's afraid of, that he doesn't want to go heads up with, that he doesn't want to fucking get with that fucking action with. You know what I mean? This is a good thing. This is a good thing for this team. Andy Reid doesn't scare fucking Pete Carroll. Not one bit. Jim Harbaugh, he's a jolly good fella. Fucking Pete Carroll hates that motherfucker. Guess what, dude? When we play the fucking Chargers, it's fucking on. Why? Because coach said it's on, dude. We get to go out there and beat the fuck out of them. You remember how they used to do them motherfuckers out there in Bye, Mama, I love you. Love you too. All right. Hold on, I got somebody backstage. What's happening?
What's going on? They didn't flip. Hot to the bitch out here.
It looks hot than a bitch with your shiny ass forehead.
That's what it is. It's perspiration.
That mother- Look at my now.
All right.
I got a ring light on my nose. You see that motherfucker?
So you can see the whole lineup cut in there. Your
Right?
forehead's so damn shiny.
Right?
Look like we should change your name to Egberto. Mhm.
Oh, this motherfucker. That's funny. All right, so I was just talking right now.
Son, if you
We
don't
have a
turn
head
that
coach.
light up.
We have a head coach that nobody in our division that he's afraid of, and especially Jim Harbaugh. This man hates Jim Harbaugh. If you ever watch the Seahawks and the 49ers play, the Seahawks were completely disrespectful,
Yep,
completely hated them,
yep,
always wanted to fucking smother and beat the fuck out of them.
yep.
Because that's what Pete Carroll's bringing to this squad now.
Even with Tim and Tom Cable, well, they were on the after they beat him. You could see him talking all that shit. And then look what happened.
Hey, bro, remember that? You mad, bro? You mad?
Oh, you mad, bro?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy that we got a coach here who's going to set the tone. He's going to keep it light, but also bring professionalism and have his team running and hitting and doing the things they need to do on the field, but also have enough respect and gravitas where they're not going to be fucking up off the field too. Because let's face it, the players were afraid of Gruden. They remember he left, they was liberated. You know what I mean? Josh Jacobs said, "Oh man, we would have never made the playoffs if the other coach was here." You know what I mean? But guess what? They wasn't in trouble.
But you know what, Rich, and I hear all of that, and I still think that you're not doing Pete his proper respect and doing him an injustice, because it's deeper than just that. That's some surface level shit that you would expect a professional franchise to at its baseline to have.
Right.
Said Pete. If you listen to the interviews that Pete has done, Pete will give you a nugget here, a nugget there. But when he's really comfortable and he's really telling you what's going on, the plan is very simple, and it's worked before, and it's been tried and true everywhere that he's gone. The plan for development is simple, and listening to him talk made me feel better about myself, because for all the things that I've ever screamed that the Raiders need to do, he just laid out the plan for it.
Bro, other than draft a quarterback, everything right. Everything right.
And
I
and in terms of team building, I would say that they're in the best possible position to draft a quarterback moving forward. Now, I would have preferred it not be in this year's draft, because I don't think the quarterbacks in this year's draft are very good. But
so you're not
they're in a position.
a Laura fan?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but the team, everything else has been built around the quarterback properly, to where you can
Right.
get your quarterback early, and at most you'll have to add a couple line pieces, and you should be good to go. You got two tight ends, you got your running back of the future, hopefully you've got two playmakers that you drafted at wide receiver. So thus far. So you really would only need maybe another 3, 4 type receiver, and then
I
you
don't think they
completely
need
set.
that. I don't think they need that. I think they need to continue to build on defense.
And so now this where it gets interesting, because the linebacker situation, they've got their linebackers established with Jermaine Pratt and Landon Roberts. And then
Right.
So you got Jalen Smith, and that's before you even get to see what Amari Gaynor, Eichenberg, and the other one.
Then we still got the cat out of Florida State, Bernie.
Burnett, yeah. So I don't, unless he's cut, but they're gonna get an opportunity to play. So if they come out there and earn the job, they're gonna earn the job and they're gonna play. But
Right.
even with that, the plan that Pete has in order to develop the players is the same thing he used with freshmen and the same thing he's using the pros, which is to put them out there and ask them to do what it is that they know how to do best. And then every once in a while, ask them to do something different until they get comfortable with doing it. And by that time, you will have developed guys into having guys that you can count on to be solid contributors when your stars come back.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna kill this notion because this is one I've been seeing all over the Twitter sphere the last couple days. AOC is not gonna push for the starting job. He's not taking it from Geno Smith. Other than Jesus Christ coming down and empowering him with all the power, it's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't even know we were still talking about this, Rich.
It's a
I
big
had
old
brushed
thing.
that
It's
off.
a big old thing on X. Every time I get in there, everybody's talking about how ALC's about to win this job, and it's not happening, bro. You hear me? It's not happening. Follow the money. Follow the money.
Pigs can fly, and we've already put a man on Mars. It could happen.
It could. It's not likely.
Hey, anything's possible.
Hey, tell sis I said hi.
She can hear you.
Oh gosh. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the new one?
Looks mighty healthy. Would you like
Right?
a cat would you like a cat? It's in perfect health, ready
I
to
got a
be
Prius.
welcomed into your
I
family.
have a Prius. I have a Prius.
And he's a good hunter.
Has never killed anything in his life but a toy.
He killed a fly.
We got to start somewhere.
He's only like 9 weeks. What do you expect from him?
3 mice, a gopher, and whatever else is back there.
3 rats. How about that?
And in 2 months, you want a chupacabra?
Right?
Chupacabra, Frankenstein.
And I need to see Indominus Rex in there somewhere.
Right? You ain't getting nothing. You're homeless. He said Indominus Rex. Yeah. Show me that you can hunt. You know what I mean?
I don't believe it.
The tigers go into bear caves and kill fucking bears, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, you just saw that version. Handle that.
Handle it.
He's a sweet.
Yeah. All right, so I completely agree with Pete Carroll. And not only that, but players want to break their necks for Pete Carroll. They will run through walls for Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll not only commands, but gets the respect from his players. There may be a very few that, you know, he has a hard time with. You know, Earl Thomas. You know what I mean? Earl Thomas wasn't happy because of a contract. You know what I mean?
Well, Earl Thomas seems to incur issues a lot. And so it's not used that as a great judge.
Right?
Huh?
You seen how he went out backwards in Baltimore, right?
Among other things.
You know what I mean?
Among other things.
So, I mean, a lot of players with a lot of respect in the NFL community love Pete Carroll.
Right.
Love Pete Carroll and still there for Pete Carroll. We seen Marshawn Lynch. Excited, ecstatic. You know.
Oh, did you watch the interview?
I watched about half of it.
Oh, and I bet it was the
Yeah,
first half
it
too.
got way too sea hockey for me, dude. I was like,
Oh, you missed. Then you tapped out early and missed the best part of it.
okay, give us the
So did you hear
condensed version.
did you hear Pete's version of why he left USC and how he never wanted to leave?
That's exactly when I cut out.
Uh, and said I don't know why I had to leave. They said, nigga, you know exactly why you had to leave. Because you was paying players, NIL status.
Before
Had
the
the
NIL,
look on his face. He was like, uh.
Oh yeah.
bro, but he wasn't the only guy.
Oh, of course he wasn't.
He
Of
wasn't
course
the
he
only
wasn't.
guy. God damn. You really like
No, of course he wasn't. But the funny thing is that we got a recording that we're doing with Joe Paterno's son on Tuesday.
nice.
Talking about NIL and school circumventing whatever rules that they're getting ready to try to come up with and have
Mhm.
no real way to enforce.
Oh, bye.
Bro, but honestly,
Well, he looks like he getting ready to bite some
I'm
kneecaps
really
up.
interested in
He looks
that.
like he's smelling dirty pussy.
Yeah, he does.
Me?
He was. No, watching this fighter walk out to the ring, and my man looked like he is in the proper mood to fight.
Okay.
said, said he looked like he ready to chew up a metal fence.
Oh,
Mason.
somebody that just done killed his dog.
Man, insulted his mother, slapped one of his kids,
Fucked his baby mama.
man, all of it. And then killed the dog.
Look at sis. Sis had to take it to the next degree. She getting it to pistols.
They didn't kill the dog. They stole it. And he really liked that dog.
Man.
No,
All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, he's a New Zealander. That's what it is.
He's just mad because he's out of his
Just
time.
naturally intense.
Right? Have you seen those Mari cats? And they just look like they're in a bad mood.
Yeah, when they start hitting the hock up, like, ooh, like we're supposed to be playing a game here, fellas. You look like you ready to take it to a whole different level that I'm not really willing to go to. I came here to play a game.
I'm here to catch the ball, run the ball. Look awesome while I do it.
You look like you had something else in mind.
Bro, you straight off you offense and defensive line material.
The super lineman. Hey, guess what this one can do? He can run and catch too.
All right, so what about Pete Carroll saying he's had the most joy? I see. Every time I get on here, I can't think of anybody's name. Is it Laffy?
Lockheed.
Yeah.
That's 6'9" and like 2'3". No, he was 6'5" and 369. That's what he said. He's like, he's huge. When the coach gets to talking about a player and the eyes get real big and he start getting real excited, like oh my god, this dude is huge. Like I never seen somebody, and he can run like this. Like this shit is crazy.
Right?
Like he's gonna find a way to get him the ball.
Bro, hey, dude, I can't wait for some old Zach Crockett fucking fullback blast with JJ Pegues.
Well, look, you got him as a fullback and JJ Pegues running the ball. Who's stopping that in short yards?
Nobody. No,
I'm like, forget about the tush push. We got the hammer pound.
Bro, you talk all the shit you want about John Gruden's recent stint as the Raiders head coach. one thing they always was going to do, they was going to run the ball. They was going to tell you where it was going to go. It was up to you to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
They were ball dominant. They were going to control the line of scrimmage and continue to hammer the rock. I would love to see that pack with the Raiders. I would love the Raiders to have that type of. You mean that like fucking, bro? Every time you want something, we got something for you, bro. You'll be like seeing defenses just buckle that chin strap. I mean, that's why we lost to the Broncos twice last year. Bro, you're supposed to run the ball at the Broncos.
Still are you? You didn't go over there.
Putting the cat to sleep.
No, she's just watching it from a distance and talking to it while it's ignoring her completely.
All right, Robinson. Look, I'm gonna end this. You going inside that anytime later? I'm jumping back on division.
I'm watching UFC right now.
All right. Well, hit me up when you're done, because I'm about to jump back on.
All right.
Thank you, Raider Nation, for coming out. And like I always say, love the ones who love you. All right. Peace out. And then get my boy in here real quick, because like.
Thank you, Mo. You've done the Lord's work. Jones, you done pouting? You want to come out and say goodbye, or are we just gonna roll through this?
Y'all kiss my black ass.
That's still the greatest fucking time I've ever had on YouTube. The greatest time.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta ask, bro. Are you done pouting? Can we move forward?
It don't get no better than that. All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
Forfeit.